Welcome, crafty friends. Annie Collins here for the Pajama Crafter. Today, we're going to create a fun fold card. Today, we're going to create the accordion centerfold panel fold, and this is what it looks like. I'm going to give you a front view and a side view of our card. We're going to be using the vintage Christmas flashcards. These are created to create fast and easy cards. Each panel has, or each card has a fun front focal point and a blank on the other side. And these are foilable, which is fabulous. This is not the card we'll be using. We'll be using these bells that we have right here. This is my finished card, and I wanted to share it with you to show you how it stands up and show you the image up close. Now, I use green cardstock, and it may be hard to see where my score lines are. So I brought in some basic cardstock here with the score lines written or drawn on so that you can see what I'm saying. All right, so we're going to need two panels that are 5.5 by 6.25, and then we're going to score them at 1.5. And now I know on my paper it says a half, but it's supposed to be 1.5. I made a little boo-boo there. 2 3/4 and 4 5/8. And we're going to do this on both of those panels that we've cut at 5.5 by 6.25. These will then fold into a mountain, a valley fold, and then another valley fold. So I have those there. I'm going to set them aside. You're going to need another piece of cardstock that will measure 3.5 wide by 10.5 long. And we're scoring this at 5.25. Now, I know I rattled off a lot of numbers, a lot of things. I will have everything in the description box below written out for you, the measurements. Now, to create the accordion fold, what you do is once you fold on your scores, you line those two panels, the background panels together, and you adhere your mini card in the center. So this is what it looks like. And I brought in some pattern paper from my stash that I thought coordinated nicely with the bells. So now we're going to jump into the card. So I have, again, this is a valley fold, and then we have a mountain fold, and then another valley fold. And here I'm going to adhere our pattern paper, and you want to make sure that you stay clear of your scored areas. Now, I will write down the measurements of what I cut the pattern papers at, in case you want that and you don't want to play all the guesswork. You only need 2 on one end and then 2 on the other end. That's it. 4 strips altogether. And they measure the same per side. The 2 outer ones are a little bit wider than the 2 inner ones. So that's why I'll put the measurement there for you. So again, I'm just going to line this up, avoiding my score section. Using a little Burley Art liquid glue here just to get that done. Because liquid glue gives you that little wiggle room that we all apparently need just to get it all lined up. Right, now once that's done, what we're going to do is we're going to flip it, making sure that the pattern paper's on the outside. Remember these 2 extra? We're going to line these 2 up like that, making sure they're even on top and the bottom. And then I'm going to bring in some repositionable tape. This is just going to hold our panels together so that it's easier to adhere our little center card. I'm going to put it on the inside. These I will leave because no one will see them. And then I'll place one on the back just to help me move so that nothing shifts while we're gluing things down. This one I'll remove after the card's done. You don't see me do it, but I do it. All right. So that's going to just, like I said, temporarily hold it. You could use washi or whatever you have. All right. Now we have our card. Here's our little panel. Our flashcard. And again, this is the vintage Christmas flashcards. And for me, since I'm using dark green cardstock, I grabbed another piece of white cardstock that I just cut about 1/8 of an inch smaller than the card itself so that I have a nice little edge and then a space to write on. If you use white cardstock or lighter cardstock, you won't need to do this part. All right. So now here's our panel. I need to trim this down to go here. I traced it so I had a kind of a visual to know where to cut. And I'm going to get my trimmer here. And and I also wanted to make sure I was centered. That's why I traced it on here. All right, so now I'm going to trim this down, and then I'll trim it some more. I'm just going to take the initial trimming down because I want to leave a nice little 1/8 of an inch all the way around my front panel. So I'm going to continue trimming this until we have it. I'm going to check. Definitely is the same size. And I want to trim. I have plenty on the bottom. I want to try to keep as much of the little silvery section on the top. So I'm going to remove the more from the bottom and then from each side. I'm double checking to make sure I'm good. Clear there. Now I want to clear the sides and just trim. I'm going to do it this little by little, just because I don't want to lose my little focal point here. There we go. Little slivers. So all throughout the month of November, the design team, whether they were on YouTube or on the blog, we've been doing fun folds. You can also catch it all on the Pajama Crafter social media, as well as our social media. So we are all sharing different fun folds. Now these flashcards, we have a variety of them in the store. These are the newest one, which are the vintage Christmas. We have graduation, we have Halloween and other Christmas, just a great variety of these. The purpose of them is to create fun, fast cards. These particular ones are foilable, so some of the design team have foiled theirs. They look so beautiful. I wish I would have thought of it. I have that angel one, so you never know. Um, so we just have been using them to show you how quickly and how easy you can do it. You can do it as basic with the flashcard as you would like, or really put more into it. All right, so for my sentiment, I used some dies from my stash, and I'm going to have the words, this read, holiday cheer. I've gone ahead and die cut them twice from white cards, heavyweight white cardstock, and once from gold foil cardstock. So I have the holiday one already done. I'm going to go ahead and adhere the cheer one together. This will create like a little chipboard um, sentiment, and it'll give us some nice dimension on our card. I know we'll have plenty of dimension because of the fun fold, but on the little panel, in our panel, I just wanted a little more. So I'm just going to get the fine tip here of my barely art glue, grab my tweezers, and hopefully I'll stay in focus. Yes. Sometimes in order for me to see it, I have to bring it closer and then I'm not in camera. So I'm just putting little dots of glue on the back of one of the words of cheer here, and not cheer here, of cheer. And I'm going to stack them together, press them in place to make sure they're lined up. And I'll repeat that same process with the gold foiled one. Here we go. And let me just stack that one on top. So this is a fun fold that's great to use up little strips of pattern paper that you may have. If it coordinates with your flash card, it'll be fun and easy and quick to do. So here we go. We got the last of it. There we go. Pressed into place. And then there's the little dot for my eye for the word holiday. So I'm going to decide where I'm going to adhere this. I move it around. Do I want it side by side or do I want it stack? I finally go with stack, like such, like so. I was going to put it on the bottom down here at first. When the card was bigger, it looked like, oh, it fits nicely. But then once we trimmed it down, it just covers up too much of my image. So I'm going to adhere it towards the top here. So now I'm going to go ahead and adhere the word holiday and then the cheer right underneath as quickly as I can. Again, I just put little dots of the adhesive just to get it going. I'll press that into place. And then I'll put the little eye on and then the word cheer. So this card comes together pretty quickly. It's just a few folds, if and scoring, and it's super easy. I just love the little cute, smaller top folding card just popping out in the center. So I will share with you a quick a view of a flashcard that isn't a fun fold, just in case you prefer not to do fun folds. In case you just want to make fun and easy and beautiful cards for the holidays. So I'm going to get that little dot for my eye on there. Once that's done, I put the acrylic block just to hold it for a second, give the glue a chance to catch there. All right, now we're going to adhere this panel, this little card, see it's top folding, onto our background. So we're going to put adhesive on those two flaps that you see there. I'm going to put it on there because it'll be easier for us to, or for me to see where I'm going to put my card rather than putting it on the card and then I glue something I don't want glued. So just on this panel, if I can get my glue to cooperate, I'm going to put some glue right here, all on these two flaps, even on the tape. The tape again is holding down my card, and I use repositionable tape here. All right, so now I'm going to center this from side to side. You want to make sure it's side to side centered and top to bottom because you want it to be nice and even. Pressed in place. You want to make sure it goes past in the middle there so it doesn't interfere with your scores. And there you go. This is how you close it to fit it into your envelope. And that is how you display it. So then it hangs just like that. It's just floating like this. How cute is that? Now, of course, the back tape I'll remove. I just didn't show it here. So here I can write my sentiment and it displays beautifully like so. That's a quick and easy fun fold for you today. Now, I love that you can have the pattern paper showing on the sides that could coordinate with your flashcard. So if you're not into flashcards, fun folds, I'm going to show you really quickly another way I use the flashcard. I use it in a traditional A2 size card. Here it is. It's this beautiful winter scene. I just trimmed it down. And then I added a layer of navy cardstock and then a little silver cardstock. And then I cut the sentiments Merry Christmas twice, once from navy, once from white, so I can overlap them. Threw a few pearls on here. Quick, easy, done. That's a traditional flashcard, but today we just used it in a fun fold. So for a finishing touch, I'm going to add some gold confetti here. I'm just going to put 3 around our image. And then grab my embellishment tray and pull them out. And I'm going to put 2 towards the bottom of our bell and 1 up here towards the top, if I can get myself together here. There we go. So I'm going to grab this one here, place it there, and then a little one up here, creating that triangle visual that moves your eye across the panel. So here is our accordion center panel fold card. Again, this is how you accordion it in and put it into your envelope for mailing. And then you display it. This is it, just me showing you on the camera, but you can stand it up, you display it like this. But I just wanted to show you visually. And again, this is another quick and easy traditional A2 size card, flash card. You see how quick and easy these create cards for you. Just a little layering on the one with the cabin here, just to show you how quick and easy this is. I will have everything in the description box below with all the measurements in case that went a little crazy and fast for you. Again, these are the vintage Christmas flashcards that I'm using. Thank you for being here. I hope you found some inspiration. And here's another look at our card. Well, cards. I put both in here.